G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and welcome to part 2 of the Hiroshima Castle base interior tutorial. And we're going to get lots and lots done today, so by the end of this episode we will have built our iron farm and we'll have linked up all the redstone with an auto crafter. We will also build the storage system. Now this one is my design, my dustless multi-item sorter. So I did a tutorial for that recently, so you can choose to build this one, or you can choose to build Nembon's item sorter, which I will have a world download linked in the video description, so that's up to you. You can pick the one you like the best. And then we are also going to do this hallway with a bunch of little farms in it, like a concrete converter and a cobblestone generator, some flower farms. Should be fun. We're going to get lots and lots done today. Okay, last episode we built the creeper farm, and today we're going to build the iron farm. So we'll build the storage first, so we've got our gunpowder storage there. On the opposite wall, in the same place, we're going to build the storage for our iron farm. So just on top of these two sea lanterns, but first I want you to break that one, and we'll put a double chest like that. Then in this direction, we're going to build up 6 double chests in total, just like that, and you can grab an item frame, pop it there with a block of iron. Now I want you to come around the back, and on the right hand side we're going to put 6 hoppers just into the backs of those chests, and then we'll do 2 sea lanterns right there. Then looking in the same direction I am, we're going to place a crafter so the face is facing toward that hopper, and then we'll put a barrel on top. Then you can grab another hopper and just place it into the crafter. And if you open up your crafter, that's how we want it, so don't click any of the boxes. Then we're going to put a block against our crafter with a temporary block there, then we'll put a block above, one to the side, one below, and then break that one. Then grab a comparator, face it in that direction, and place it on subtract. Then we'll do another block right here with another comparator facing into that one. Now behind this comparator, we're going to do a composter, and we need 6 levels in this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then grab 3 redstone dust and place them there. Now I want you to come around to this side, and starting on top of this sea lantern, we're going to place 1, 2, 3 temporary blocks. Then we'll do a block above, one on this side, and then you can break those temporary blocks. Now we're going to have a repeater facing in that direction, and a redstone torch right there. Then behind our repeater we're going to place a block, and we'll do a block above the repeater and another one right here. Then we'll do a comparator in that direction with 2 redstone dust, so we're just making an item filter. So we're going to place a hopper leading into that comparator, and then just grab some temporary blocks. We're going to place them like that so we can do a hopper leading in that direction. And then just grab a block of packed ice and place it right there. And this is the item filter that's going to take all the poppies out before the iron goes into the crafter. So in the top hopper right here, I just want you to grab 4 items that won't enter the system, so I've just named some paper. Put them in the back 4 slots, and then put however many poppies you have in the front slot. And now we're going to hook that up to this chest down the bottom here. So we're going to do a hopper leading straight down into the chest. That hopper will have a barrel on top. Then we'll do that one more time. Then we'll do another hopper, and this time I want you to do a double chest just like that. Then we'll do a hopper into the double chest. Now this will be different depending on which sorting system you are building. So in the video description, I'll be giving you a world download for Nembon's item sorter. But if you want to build my item sorter, we're going to place a different block right here. So if you're building Nembon's, place a composter here. So we'll just compost the poppies and they'll go down there. But if you're going to build my multi-item sorter, the dustless multi-item sorter, then you're just going to put a barrel, because we're going to be using the poppies for our sorting system. So then, depending on which one you've done, barrel or composter, it doesn't matter. We're going to put a hopper on top and then another barrel. Okay, look up at the hopper that's next to the packed ice, and on the opposite side from the ice, we're going to place 3 glass blocks. Now, I'm using white stained glass, but you can use regular glass if you want to. Then come around to this side and place 1, 2, 3, 4, then a packed ice, then another glass block, and I might just place a torch so you can see what we're doing. Now, either side of this torch, I'm going to place a glass block, and I'm just going to place a wall around our little thing here. So this is going to have water flowing down it. So we're just going to create the wall so the water doesn't go anywhere. Now, when you get to the packed ice, we're going to extend this by 1 block on each side and then place a glass pane in there so our items will hit that and drop straight down into that hopper. So over here, just above our packed ice, we're going to place a stone slab and then place a stone button on top so nothing spawns, and you can place a bucket of water there and it should stop just before the ice. Okay, now we're going to come back over here, and against this glass block we're going to place 1, 2, 3, then come around to this side and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll do that again and then a third time. And now we're just going to build a wall around this. So we're just making a little catching platform for our iron golems. And once you've got that wall in, we're going to build this up until it is 3 blocks tall. So we're going to do that on every single side. When you get to the side right here, just go straight across the top of that. Just like that. Now grab some signs, and against the middle glass block, we're going to place a line of signs. Whoops, I'm writing on that one. I don't want to do that. Just put a line of signs all the way along, and once you've done that, we're going to place signs against them. So basically, on top of these signs, we're going to place lava, and we just want to make sure it's not going to drop down at all. And once again, I might just place a torch so you can see a bit better. So once you've got all of those signs in, just come to the opposite corner from where our ice is, and just down there we're going to place a bucket of water so any drops from the golems will go shooting down there. Okay, now I want you to look over to where our scaffolding is, and in the middle of this glass wall next to our scaffolding we're going to place 3 blocks like that, so we're right on the center bit of glass. Once you've got your 3 blocks, we're going to put a stone brick stair right there with an extra one each side, and then you can break those blocks. And we're going to do the spawning platform for the golems. So we'll put 2 stone bricks on that side and 2 on that side. And I'll just place a torch again so we can see. It's very dark in here. Then on this side, we're going to build out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. And we're going to do that all the way along. You can just build around your scaffolding. So that is our platform. Then we're going to put andesite walls around these. So on the side where the stairs are, we're just going to put 2 walls like that. And we'll place another 2 right here so it's just sticking out above the void. And then on the side walls, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you can place your walls along the back and then also place them right here. So that's how you should look when you're done. Then just between these walls here, we're going to place 3 signs. So just hold shift and place them against the other signs. So there will be water in here later, but we're not going to place it just yet because we need to be able to walk around on this. So now I want you to break this scaffolding, and we're going to place it again just to the side. Okay, so just double check you've got the scaffolding exactly where I have mine, and I want you to come up 5 scaffolding. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 5th one, I want you to place a block right there, and then a sea lantern. So the sea lantern is right in the middle of that platform below. And then we're just going to surround this sea lantern with blocks. Now come to the opposite side from the scaffolding, and we're going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 temporary blocks. And then underneath, so you'll probably want to climb down your scaffolding to do this, we're going to place a block right there. And then underneath, I'm going to do an oak trapdoor and open it up just like that. Then you can come back up the top, and we're going to place a soul sand against the trapdoor. And I like to surround this completely with trapdoors, just because we're going to have water on top, and soul sand's very easy to break, and there's going to be an item sorter right below, so that's just for a bit of safety. Then we'll put a temporary block on top, and we'll surround that with stone blocks, and then you can break the temporary block. Now grab a stone brick slab, we'll place it there with a temporary block there, and then we're just going to surround this area with our stone slabs, and then break the temporary block. We'll put one temporary block on top of the slab, we'll do a stone brick slab against it, and another one on top, and you can break all your temporary blocks. And that is where our zombie is going to go, but don't put him in yet, we're going to put him in last. And just double check that you've got this set up correctly. So if I were to build out 5 blocks from that platform, the block will finish right there, so just make sure you've got that right. So now what we're going to do is put some dirt blocks around our platform. You don't really need to put in the dirt blocks, but I just want to show you exactly where I'm about to place some blocks. So you see I've got them placed all around the platform, except for the side which is facing the zombie. So then on top of all of these dirt blocks, I'm going to place a glass block, and then I'll get rid of those. So when our villagers are in here, they will be trapped, but they will still be able to see our zombie. And then just to be safe, I'm going to place some glass on top of those blocks there, and another glass right there, just to make sure the villagers don't get out. So then come along to this side, so we've got the scaffolding on our right. I'm going to place a bed there, then another one, and then a third. And now it is time to get our villagers and zombies in and fire up the iron farm. So I really suggest getting the villagers in before the zombie, because the villagers will run away from this guy. So get the villagers in first. Doesn't matter how you do it, probably with minecarts and rail, or you can just make a little walkway and put down workstations and get them to follow you. But just get them into this gap. So you might need to break some glass and then wait till night time and they'll all jump in the beds, and then you can close it off and they'll be trapped. And once you've got those guys in, go ahead and get your zombie in. That could be hard. What I would probably do is just make a dark room just here and wait for one to spawn in and then just have him walk across. So just go ahead and get those in. So I'm not going to put mine in because I don't want golems spawning while I'm trying to do a tutorial, but you will by this time have 1 zombie in that hole and 3 villagers over here. Did I say 3 villagers? You need 3, so 1 for each bed. So once they are in, you can grab a bucket of water and place it in there, so the soul sand will make it bubble and the zombie will bounce up and down and scare the villagers. So then you can break this scaffolding, and you can also break that one and place a block in there. And then we're going to place in some water. So I want to place 1 in that corner and 1 in that corner, so all the water flows toward our signs. So any golems that spawn in here will drop down into this area, and then you can just hold shift, and on that middle sign we're going to place a bucket of lava, and that is what's going to kill our golems. Okay, that is all functional now, so you can just test to see if it's working. So after a golem spawns, they may not spawn straight away. You may need the villagers to sleep one night before they start spawning. But once they do, just check that the poppies are getting taken out by that item sorter, and then only the iron is going down here, and it should be crafted into iron blocks, and then all the poppies will end up down in that bottom chest. Or if you're building Nembon's item sorter, or your bone meal will appear there. So now it is time to build the sorting systems. So we probably don't need these levers anymore, giving us a bit of light, because they will be the indicators to say that our sorting system is running. So in the video description, I will give you a world download for Nembon's sorting system, the same one that I built in my hardcore base, and you'll know exactly where to put it because these redstone lamps will line up perfectly with the lamps in the world download. And the materials for that will not be in the materials list. You can just get them from the world download. So if that is the one you want to build, go ahead, get the world download and build it. So when you're done, this is how it should look, and I was careful to make sure that this redstone just lines up and doesn't interfere with our sorting system over there. So go ahead and put all of that in. And I know that nowadays you can put a solid block above a hopper to disable it for keeping lag down, but I've seen people do a few tests and composters are still a little bit better than just putting blocks on top of the hoppers. So you can see I've got composters scattered all the way around here just to cut down on a bit of lag. But if you're not able to use world downloads, or you just don't want to build Nembon's sorting system, then you can go to my tutorial for my dustless multi-item sorter, and you can follow that tutorial to build it right here. And you can see I've designed it to fit perfectly into this space as well. So this is how it will look when you're done, although you don't need to use these walls and item frames. In the tutorial, I show you different ways to set it up. And I just remembered, before you run off to the tutorial for my item sorter, I don't want you to build all of it. So there are 3 parts of it. There is the actual storage. You can go ahead and build that. And then I show you how to link up these lamps. You can go ahead and do that as well. But there is a 3rd section for a flushing system. I don't want you to follow the tutorial for the flushing system because we are going to use the poppies from the iron farm to flush the system. So when you get to that part of the tutorial, just ignore it. And I probably shouldn't have turned those lights off because it's a bit dark. I'll show you the first step of my tutorial in relation to this bit of flooring right here. So just next to our iron block chest here, you'd be placing a stone block every second block like that all the way to the edge, and then placing 5 sea lanterns in between. And then you'd be doing the exact same thing on this side with our sea lanterns. And then on the back, you'd be placing a stone block right there. And once again, every second block to the edge with sea lanterns in between. And that is the first step for the tutorial. So if you're following that, just go ahead and do that step and then go to the tutorial and build the rest. And you can find the tutorial for my dustless multi-item sorter linked in the video description. And just note that if you are a Bedrock player, neither of these systems will work for you. So you'd have to search for a Bedrock multi-item sorter and build that instead. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to build the poppy flushing system for my multi-item sorter. So if you've built Nembon's one, you can just ignore this bit. So come along to where our input chest is, and we are going to come underneath, and you can see that hopper leading into the bottom dropper. We're just going to place another hopper leading into that just next to our sea lantern. And then I want you to put a block there, a block underneath, and you can break that block, and we'll place a torch underneath that hopper so it's now locked. And then we'll place another hopper right here. So that's just underneath the chest that'll have our poppies in it. So then I want you to place a block right here and another one right here. And we're going to place 3 redstone dust. Then come around to this side. We're going to do 2 blocks there and 3 blocks on that side. And then a block, right there just next to the torch. Then looking toward that block, we're going to place 2 comparators. And then in this direction, another 2 comparators with a bit of dust right there. And then if you come back up above, we're going to place a button just in front of our poppy chest. So now if we press that button, this will turn off the torch for just long enough to let 16 poppies into our system, and they will go all the way to our output chest. So just make sure inside of your sorting system, you don't have a slot for poppies. So you want no poppies in your in your sorting system so that they always go all the way to the output chest. And now we want to be able to remove the poppies from our output chest because we don't want them stacking up in there. So we're just going to get rid of them basically. So come underneath your output chest here. If you have a sea lantern underneath, just break it. It's going to get in the way. So one block out from our output chest, we're going to place a block, then another one underneath with a composter, and then another block. And then I want you to look from this side and place a double chest. Then we'll break that block and do a hopper leading into the chest just below our composter. Then you can break the two blocks there. We'll do a hopper leading straight down and then look over to that direction and we'll place a comparator right there. And that comparator will have a hopper leading into the back of it with another hopper underneath leading into that one. So we're now just below our output chest. So just in front of this comparator, I want you to place a block and then we'll do a temporary block with another one right there and break it. And another block on this side, and we'll do two dust right here with a torch just on the end. So that's how you should look. I'll just do a little loop so you can see it easily. Then we need to program this top hopper here. So grab 4 named items, put them in the back 4 slots, and then just put however many poppies you have in the front. So now these poppies here, this item filter will take poppies out of the output chest. Just send them down to the composter and then they'll get stored in this chest. No need to do anything fancy with them. I doubt you'll ever fill this up with bone meal, but you can check it from time to time if you want to. Okay, now we're ready to continue building our interior. So the Nembon item sorter builders can return to the video now. So this is going to be for everybody. So we're going to come along beside our chests that are storing our gunpowder. And just beside our sea lanterns under those chests, we're going to place a stone block. Then we're going to skip 3 blocks and place another stone block. Now against each of these, we're going to do 3 sea lanterns, then a stone block, and then another 3 sea lanterns, and a stone block, and then 3 white concrete. And then just looking from the side, we're going to place in stripped oak logs, and we're going to place these all the way along. Now, some of you have built the entire base, so you will have a doorway down there. But some of you have only built the castle and you won't have that doorway. So if you've built the doorway, I want you to stop right there. If you've built just the castle and you don't have those little hallways, you could probably just put another log there and end the hallway right here. But for this tutorial, I'm going to be showing how to connect this walkway with this walkway over here. Okay, to connect our walkway, I want you to come underneath this white concrete and we're just going to place 5 stone blocks like that. Then do a temporary one to the side, break that, and we'll do that on each side. And on the side closest to our walkway, we're going to have 2 stone blocks. On the opposite side, we're going to have 3, and there'll be a sea lantern on the end there. And then you can place in 2 lines of our stripped oak logs. And then over here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 oak stairs with another 3 just above. Now we're going to continue this line of sea lanterns. You obviously don't need to place this many sea lanterns. You could just do one every now and then and have stone for the rest. But we're just going to connect it right there. And then we're just going to cover up all of these sea lanterns with brown carpet, just like that. Okay, come back to where our gunpowder storage is. And with stripped dark oak logs on top of this stone, we're going to place 6 right there. And then on top of this stone, we're going to place another 6. And then we'll do a crossbeam right there with 3 sea lanterns on top, and you can cover those sea lanterns with dark oak trapdoors. Then we're going to place 2 upside down dark oak stairs with a dark oak trapdoor right there. Now come into our walkway, and on top of these stone blocks, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 stripped dark oak logs. So do that on each side, and we'll do the same on top of these stone blocks. And then come down here, and just beside our white concrete, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if you want to, you can place a stone block on top. And we'll do the same here. So next to the concrete, we're going to place 6 stripped dark oak with the stone block there. And I'm going to place 2 more stone blocks and a single sea lantern. And we'll cover the middle 3 with our dark oak trapdoors. Then with your stripped dark oak, we're going to run a line of them all the way along until we connect right there. And the same on this side. And then we're just going to fill in this area with some smooth quartz slabs. So place them on the bottom half of those sea lanterns. And we're just going to build these all the way along until we reach the end. Whoops, right there. So just go ahead and fill this in. And when you're done, you've got a nice little roof on our walkway. Okay, now we're going to come down to where our brown carpet is. And we want to build a wall that is 2 blocks tall of white concrete. So that stone block there, you can replace that with a white concrete and the same right there. And we're just going to continue this wall all the way along here until we connect over there. And when you get to the end, just build it out on top of those stone blocks there. And on this side, bring it all the way to the end and then place 4 on top of those stone blocks. So now on top of each of our white concrete, we're going to place deep slate tiles. So just run these all the way along till we get to the corner. And then on this side, we're also going to run our deep slate tiles. And once you've got all of those in, grab deep slate brick slabs. We'll place, no, that's the wrong spot. We'll place one right there, just above this entrance, and then come in here and go ahead and put in your roof. Okay, once you've got that roof on, I want you to come back to this spot right here. And with dark oak stairs, we're going to place 2 upside down like that with a dark oak trapdoor in between. And then just behind our stairs, we're going to place the polished deep slate blocks with a deep slate tile in the middle. And then staying with our tiles, we're going to place 1, 2, 3 right there. And on this side, another 3. Then just grab deep slate tile stairs and we'll go 1, 2, 3 right there. And another 3 just to cover up our stone. And in this hallway, we're just going to have a bunch of little farms. So if you come to this end of the hallway, in the first section on the left, we're just going to make a little composting area. So just against the middle sea lantern, we're going to place a barrel that will have a hopper leading into it with a composter on top, a hopper on top of that, and then a barrel on top. So super simple. You just put stuff in there that you want composted and it ends up in the barrel below. Now just behind this, we're going to place a few, 1, 2, 3, 3 cyan blocks, just so when we're looking, we don't see the item sorter behind. And then all we're going to do is just place 4 blocks each side to make a nice little wall. So that's it, super duper simple. And opposite this, we are going to build a concrete converter so you can turn your powdered concrete into the good stuff. So just against that middle sea lantern, we're going to place a double chest, and you can come underneath and place 2 cyan terracotta, and we'll also place another 2 each side of the chest. Then we're going to do a hopper facing straight down into the back of the chest, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3 hoppers leading into it. Now on this side of our hoppers, what we're going to do is place 2 cyan terracotta, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. On the other side of our hoppers, we're going to place a line of blocks just next to the hoppers with an extra one right there. And then we want to come out on the diagonal like that and place another line like so. And then you can place an extra cyan terracotta right there. And then on the back, we're just going to put in a little cyan wall. Then we can come back to the front, and just against that hopper, we'll do an upside down dark oak stair so we can still access our chest. We'll put an iron trapdoor on top of the stair. And then in the back left-hand corner, we'll do a bucket of water. So this is a different sort of design for concrete converters than most people use. I've just always built them this way because of bad experiences playing on a laggy server. So what you would do here is you place your powdered concrete against the wall right there, and then you start picking away as you're placing them. And this way, if you ever lag out and break all the blocks, you're not going to break anything behind there because you can't reach. And then with cyan terracotta, we're going to place another 2 there and 2 on that side with 1 in the middle, and then look up and place a dropper right there. So we're going to put extra concrete in here, and every time we break a block, it's going to spit another one to us. So it just makes it pretty easy and convenient. So then just next to that dropper looking down, we'll put an observer block with a piece of dust, and that's all the redstone we need. So it'll power the block there, which will power the dropper and keep spitting items to us. So now we're just going to put a roof over this, so you can do cyan terracotta there, and I like to have a sea lantern for the final one. So that's how it'll look when you're done. So now that's all finished, we're going to go to beside the composter, and right here it's a very, very simple farm. So I'm just going to put 3 stone blocks beside those sea lanterns, then grab jungle logs and we'll fill up this area. And all we're going to do is plant our cocoa beans just like that. And on the opposite wall from this, we are going to build a concrete converter. So starting just underneath our sea lantern, we're going to come out 2 temporary blocks, and then I'm going to place 2 sea lanterns, or you could use the cyan terracotta for that. Then I'm going to break the temporary blocks. I'll put a right way up dark oak stair right there. And here I'm going to do a double chest. Now into the top of the double chest, we're going to do 2 hoppers facing straight down. And then coming out the back, we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Then grab your cyan terracotta starting next to the stair. We're going to put 3 like that. I'm going to put 1 behind the chest and 3 right there. And we might just add an extra 2. So we're going all the way underneath our hoppers. And then coming back to the front here, we're going to put a line of the cyan terracotta all the way along. So we'll get in there. There we go. And we will do the same on this side. So we're just covering up all the sides of the hoppers. Okay, grab some stairs. I'm using polished deep slate stairs. And just next to these hoppers, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then just next to the stairs, I'm going to place 5 stone bricks. Now, just in front, we are going to put some blocks right there. And then I want you to waterlog these stairs. So just go ahead, use a bucket of water on all of them. And now on these 5 cyan terracotta, we're going to place lava source blocks. And when they hit the stairs, you'll see they make cobblestone, so we can sit in here mining away at our cobblestone, and it'll just keep regenerating. So now we're just going to put a layer of blocks over the lava, over the cobblestone, and over our stairs. And then we will just build it up in front. And just to make this look like that one over there, I might add a barrel right there. I think it looks pretty. You can put extra cobblestone in there if you want to. Okay, we have 2 sections left. In these ones, we're going to build tall flower farms. So there are 4 tall flowers. So we're just going to have the same thing on each side. So what I built here, copied the same thing over there. So we're going to start with 3 stone blocks against the white concrete. And they will have 3 moss blocks on top. And then we'll do 2 stone. And you can come to this side and we're going to place 2 dispensers facing forward. Now into that one, we're just going to lead a hopper, and then come around the back, we'll do a hopper into the other one, and a hopper right there. And then from the front, we're just going to cover up that hopper with a spruce trapdoor. And once again, what I build here, copy the same thing over there. So we're going to come in here and place a double chest across the top of those 2 hoppers. This is for bone meal, so whatever bone meal we put in there will go into our 2 dispensers. Now we're going to look down at our dispensers and place observer blocks, and they will have a piece of dust on top, and I'll put a composter over the top of that hopper and a polished deep slate slab across the top of the chest. Now I'm going to come down here, and we might need some cyan terracotta, so we're going to build up the walls a little bit. So I'll put 1, 2 like that, and on this side 1, 2. And then I'll just put a temporary one there. We'll do a green concrete, and I can break that. Then a sea lantern and a green concrete. And we're going to put some levers there and switch them both down. So now what happens when we release them, the dispenser starts clicking. So that is how our bone meal dispenser is going to work. So now you can go ahead and plant your different flowers. So I got my rose bushes and sunflowers over here. You can load up the chest with bone meal and that'll go into both dispensers. And whenever you need flowers, just turn the lever off and they all start coming out. Nice and easy. And that is all the farms that we're doing for this hallway. So I think we should leave it there for today. So thanks for watching, guys. We got a fair bit done today, and I suspect if we're lucky, we can get the rest of the interior done in the next episode. I hope so anyway. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.